Good morning. So last time we saw voltage sensitivity and loading effect for the voltmeter. Okay. So voltage sensitivity means how accurately the voltmeter measures the reading is given by a voltage sensitivity. If the meter is having a low voltage sensitivity, then it is used to measure voltage in a low resistance circuit. Okay, so when we will get the correct voltage reading? When you measure the voltage in a low resistance for a low voltage sensitivity meter. Okay, when you are using a low voltage sensitivity meter and it is used to measure a resistance in a used to measure a voltage in a low resistance circuit, in that case it shows a accurate reading. Okay, so in general, suppose 10 microampere is a full scale deflection current, and 1 volt, if you apply 1 volt voltage across the meter, then the resistance of this meter is given by 1 volt divided by 100 microampere. So this is nothing but a resistance of meter. Okay, so this is R. So S equal to 1 upon IFSD, so which is nothing but a 1 volt, it is ohm per volt. Sensitivity is having unit ohm per volt. Okay, so which is nothing but a resistance of that meter. So we know the equation R is equal to V range upon IFSD minus Rm. So 1 upon IFSD is nothing but a sensitivity. So S into V range minus Rm. So S into V range equal to Rs plus Rm. So this Rs plus Rm is nothing but the actual resistance of the PMMC used and the resistance connected in a series. So this is Rs plus Rm, which is nothing but a total resistance RT, and that is S into V range. If we know the sensitivity of meter and maximum voltage that should be measured by that voltmeter, then we can easily find the internal resistance of that meter, that is nothing but S into V range. Okay, so another one is a loading effect. So loading effect means what? So this voltmeter is used to measure a voltage in a circuit across any resistor. Okay, so this voltmeter is connected across the resistor. Suppose we want to measure the resistance of this resistor, and if we want to measure a voltage across this resistor, then you have to connect the voltmeter across this resistor. Okay, so we know that for a deflection in a needle, it requires to draw as example 100 microampere current. Okay, so that means suppose this is the meter which requires some current for the deflection purpose. Okay, so there is a needle, and for deflection of that needle we require some current. Okay, so it means that it takes some current from the circuit and then it uses that current for the deflection. That means the circuit current is reduced somewhat, and that is the loading effect. And because of decrease in a current, it shows some low voltage and it shows some error here. Okay, so this is nothing but loading effect. So whatever the voltage measured by this voltmeter is less than the actual voltage across this resistance when this voltmeter is not connected. So this is nothing but a loading effect. So when we connect the voltmeter in a circuit, then it draws some current from the circuit and it changes the voltage, so that it shows a somewhat less voltage than the actual voltage. So this is nothing but a loading effect. Okay, this is known as loading effect. Loading effect, in short, loading effect means the voltmeter draws some current from the circuit and it affects the actual voltage in the circuit, and it shows some less voltage than the actual voltage. So this is nothing but a loading effect of the meter. Now we are going to see one example on this loading effect. Okay, let us see this example on loading effect. Suppose in the problem, this is the given equation, given circuit, and say this 10k 10k two resistors are connected in a series, and this 20 volt is connected across this circuit, and this voltmeter is connected across the R2 to measure voltage across the resistor R2. Okay, so we are now the given example, a multimeter is of sensitivity is 4 kilo ohm per volt. So this is a sensitivity of a meter, and it is 0 to 10 volt voltmeter. Okay, so this meter is connected across resistor R2 to measure a voltage across R2. Okay, so then we are going to find here what is the actual voltage that should be dropped across R2, and what is the voltage measured by this voltmeter. Okay, so this is the circuit. So there is a one equation that is known as potential divider equation. Okay, so potential divider equation. So here in the potential divider equation, if the two resistors are connected in series and some voltage is applied across these two resistors, in that case we are going to find out the voltage across each resistor by using the formula that is known as potential divider formula or equation. Suppose we want to find the voltage across R2. In that case we are going to write the formula. Okay, so here R2 divided by R1 plus R2 into applied voltage V. So this is the potential divider formula. By using this we can find the voltage across R2. So to find the voltage across R1, so you have to make single change. So just you have to write here R1 in place of R2 to find the voltage across R1. Okay, so formula becomes R1 divided by R1 plus R2 into V. Okay, so this is the potential divider formula. Okay, voltage across R2. To find the voltage across R1, so VR1 equal to R1 divided by R1 plus R2. Just you have to change the numerator resistor, R1 divided by R1 plus R2 into applied voltage V. So by using this potential divider formula we can find the voltage across R2, that is equal to R2 is 10k divided by 10k plus 10k into applied voltage, that is 20 volt. This is applied voltage. So you will get here 1/2 of 20 volt, that is equal to 10 volt. So this 10 volt is the true voltage. Okay, this 10 volt is a true voltage, this across the resistance R2. Okay, so then if we apply the voltmeter of 4 kilo ohm per volt is the sensitivity of meter, then if you connect this across, it changes this resistance. Okay, if the 4 kilo ohm is connected across the R2, then it can change the value of this combination R2 in parallel with this voltmeter. So this internal resistance, so we are going to find out the first internal resistance of this meter. So internal resistance of meter, okay, that is equal to, we know that we saw recently the internal resistance of meter is nothing but Rs plus Rm. the total combination. We saw this. Okay, just we saw this. Okay, so Rs plus Rm equal to, that is total resistance of RT, S into V range. So here V range is 10 volt, 0 to 10 volt is the voltmeter, and 4 kilo is ohm per volt. So we can find out S into V range is the internal resistance. So S is 4 kilo ohm per volt and into 10 volt. So this volt get cancelled unit. Now it is 40 kilo ohm. So this is a 40 kilo ohm of internal resistance meter. So this 4 kilo ohm per volt is the sensitivity, 10 volt is the V range. Then in that case the internal resistance RT becomes, we name this as RT. RT becomes now 40 kilo ohm. So this is the total resistance. So this 40 kilo ohm now is connected across the resistance R2. So combination of this 40 kilo ohm is connected across this 10 kilo ohm. The combination equivalent resistance of this parallel combination becomes now, okay, so now we are going to find out R2 equivalent. Okay, so R2 equivalent means when this 40 kilo ohm internal resistance meter is connected across this resistance R2, then parallel combination of this meter becomes, okay, that is nothing but a R equivalent. So there is a formula. If the two resistors are connected in a parallel, then we can easily find out the equivalent resistance by using the formula. So here RT into R2, therefore divided by RT plus R2. Okay, if the two resistors are connected in a parallel, R2 and RT, okay, so we named as RT is equal to 40 kilo ohm now. Okay, this is the RT. So this, if we connect these two resistors in parallel, R2 and RT, then we can use RT into R2 divided by RT plus R2. So this 10 into 40 divided by 10 plus 40, that is equal to, if we solve this, it becomes 8 kilo ohm. So 10k into 40k, it becomes k square now. Okay, for 10k plus 40k, so it becomes k. So this 1k is get cancelled, it becomes 8 kilo ohm. Okay, so this is the resistance of parallel combination. Now the circuit becomes like this. Okay, so this R1, it is unchanged, that is 10k. So here 20 volt is applied, and the total resistance, equivalent resistance, so we name this R2 equivalent. Okay, now so it becomes, now it is 8 kilo ohm, 8 kilo ohm. So then the voltage measured by this voltmeter will be changed because of this change in a resistance value. What happens, why there is a loading effect? When we connect the voltmeter across this resistance, it changes the resistance of the circuit, or it can draw some current from the circuit. I told the definition, it draws some current from the circuit, so that's why it affects the resistance of the circuit, and there is a error. So here also we can say that it changes the resistance, that means it changes the circuit current. Okay, so now by using potential divider, same formula, we can find out the voltage across R2. Okay, so this voltage across R2 is a voltage measured by a voltmeter, and this is the true voltage. It should be 10 volt. So we name this as apparent voltage. Apparent voltage, that is, this voltage is measured by voltmeter. Okay, so it is given by the formula R2 equivalent, potential divider formula, R2 divided by R1 plus R2 divided by R1 plus R2 equivalent, okay, into applied voltage, that is 20 volt. So this, it becomes now 8k into 20 volt divided by 8k plus 10k, that is 18k. Okay, so if we solve this, we get 8.88 volt. So what do you understand from this? If the meter is not connected, then the true voltage across R2 becomes exactly half, that is 10 volt. Okay, if we connect a voltmeter across this resistance to measure voltage, then by connecting this, it changes the effective resistance of the resistor, and according to that we get the less voltage than the true voltage. So this true voltage we should get 10 volt, but this multimeter or this voltmeter measures a less voltage, that is 8.88 volt. So this is the error. Okay, so there is error, and you can calculate the percentage error by using formula true voltage minus apparent voltage divided by true voltage into 100. So this is a percentage error. So it is 10 volt minus 8.88 volt divided by 10 volt into 100. So we get 11.2% of error. Okay, so this is an error in a measuring of this voltage by a voltmeter which is having sensitivity 4 kilo ohm per volt. Okay, so this is the sensitivity of meter 4 kilo ohm per volt, and the total resistance becomes, we can find it by this 40 kilo ohm. So this is sensitivity and this is the resistance of the meter 40 kilo ohm. Okay, so you should have to understand this formula. Okay, so this formula, then this formula, this formula, this is a repeated one, this is and this one also. Okay, so these are the potential divider formulas. So this is a error, percentage error. So it means that loading effect. So from this problem we can easily understand that what is the loading effect. If we connect a circuit, you get the actual voltage 10k. If we connect a voltmeter for measuring a voltage, we get the error. Okay, so it did not measure the actual voltage correctly. So with the sensitivity 4 kilo ohm per ohm. Okay, to improve this, we can use the better sensitivity of this meter. Okay, so this is the important problem. Okay, and in your textbook the another one is given, is AC voltmeter. AC voltmeter means, so we know that the PMMC is worked on a DC. Okay, so it is worked on a DC. So to measure AC voltage, we need to convert first that AC into DC by using rectifier, then connect to this meter, and you can now measure the unknown AC voltage. So this is the range select. So you are going to select a range means what? We know that. Okay, we are going to select a range means just we are going to select a series resistor. In a multi-range voltmeter we saw this. Okay, so like this multi-range voltmeter. So range select means just we are going to select the series resistor. Same thing is here. Okay, so this is an multi-range AC voltmeter. Now we are going to see the another application of this PMMC, that is which is used to measure a resistance of a resistor. Okay, so to measure the resistance of resistor we use the PMMC, and that is known as ohm meter. Okay, so with the connection there are three types. First ohm meter is known as a shunt ohm meter. Okay, it is shunt ohm meter. So in this shunt ohm meter, so we use the voltage source for this meter. Okay, then in that case, in this shunt ohm meter, the unknown resistor that is measured by this ohm meter. So this unknown resistor, then PMMC and voltage source. So all these are connected in parallel. Okay, in parallel or shunt. So that's why it is known as shunt type ohm meter. Okay, it is known as shunt type ohm meter. So this type of ohm meter is used to measure a low value resistance. Resistor. Okay, is used to measure a low value resistance. So then second one is a series type ohm meter. So in this series type ohm meter, this unknown resistor PMMC and voltage source are connected in series. Okay, so this unknown resistor PMMC voltmeter are connected in series, and it is used to measure a medium value resistance. Okay, so medium value resistance can be measured by with this series type ohm meter. Low value resistors can be measured by this shunt type ohm meter. Then third one is a method. It is not actual meter type. It is a method that is known as Megger type. So this type of method is used to measure high value resistor. It is used to measure high value resistance. So this Megger type is used for this one. So that is nothing but the method. So in this method, we have to use a known voltage to the unknown resistor. So we have to apply a known voltage to the unknown resistor Rx, and you are going to measure a current through this meter which is connected in series with the unknown resistor. So now you are going to measure this current, and you know the applied voltage, then Rx equal to V by I. That is, by using Ohm's law we can find the resistance value. Okay, Ohm's law. Rx equal to V by I. V is equal to IR. Okay, so by measuring the current through the resistor, and we know the applied voltage, you can measure the. So this is nothing but a Megger type which is used to measure high value resistance. Okay, so these are the three types. In the next lecture we are going to see the shunt type ohm meter. Okay, or let us continue. Okay, so let us continue the series type ohm meter. First continue with a series type ohm meter. Series type ohm meter. So in this series type ohm meter, all this unknown resistor PMMC and the voltage source are connected in series. Let's see the diagram, then we will start. Okay, so this is a PMMC, permanent magnet moving coil. So this is connected in series with a voltage source. Okay, and unknown resistor is connected between these 2 points, say Rx. So this is nothing but a simple series type ohm meter, but for the protection purpose we require one series resistance, say R1, which is used to limit the current which is flowing through this meter, and we require some variable resistor type, okay, potentiometer, so which is used to adjust the zero. Okay, so this is a shunt type, this is the potentiometer which is connected in a parallel, that is in shunt with the meter, so we named as this RS. Okay, and this potentiometer is used for zero adjustment. Okay, so this is the series type ohm meter in which this unknown resistor, so this voltage source and PMMC are connected in a series, ekapotopatic. Okay, so these are connected in series. This R1 is used for current limiting, which protect the PMMC, and this is the potentiometer connected across this PMMC to adjust the zero. Okay, so this is series type ohm meter. The working of the series type ohm meter we are going to see in the next lecture.